Hey everyone, so today we are going to create this penguin you're seeing here, and we are going to use Inkscape to create it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to clear the screen. So let's move it to the side, or delete it. Actually, I'll move it to the side, and let me minimize it a little bit more so that I can have enough space. That's better off, so it's there for reference. And the first thing I want to do, I want to draw an ellipse. So I'll go to my circles and ellipse, and I'll draw my ellipse right here. There we go. Go to select and transform tools. Let's center it to the screen. And the next thing we are going to do, we are going to color it black. Let's look for black. There it is. And we are going to press down shift and click on black to give it a black, let me call it a black border. And I'm going to give it a border attribute of 3 px, 3 pixels. Then I'll click enter, and you can't actually see the border because both of them are black. Remember, we pressed on shift and clicked on black color to give it a black outline. And the next thing we'll do is we'll grab our gradient tool right here, or you can simply press Ctrl and F1 on your keyboard. Come and click on your image to give you that line at the middle of your ellipse, and we are going to rotate it so that you can get a gradient right there. Let me lower this one a little bit more too. And with this small circle up here selected, I'm going to click on let me click on this 50% gray, and 50 looks a little bit dark, so let me click on 40. Yeah, 40 is actually good. And the next thing I'm going to do, now this is the body, I'm going to create the wings. And there are many ways of creating the wings, but we'll do the simple one today. And we are going to click on ellipses. Then we are going to create another ellipse in front of this one, that way. And let's increase its height. So let's go to our select tool and increase its height to, let me use millimeters, pixels for that, and I'll increase its height to 300 pixels. Let me see how it behaves. Let me increase it to 325. Will be good. As you can see, that is 325. And we are going to turn it black again. Sorry for that. Let me turn it black. And we are going to select our gradient tool again. Come and double click on the image. And first of all, let's move it aside so that you can see what we are working on. Let's move it here. So we also want to get a gradient like this one. Apparently it has the margin already because we had selected it, but its margin is kind of bigger than the other one. So let me reduce it to 3 pixels, like so that they can be uniform. Click on enter to select the same measurement, and I'm going to rotate this one. This, how's this called, this gradient tool arrow right here to that point, and this one I'll rotate it to somewhere there. And with the small circle again selected, I'm going to click on 40% gray. We did this one, and we are going now to press down shift on the keyboard and click on the other one so that they are both selected. Go to align and distribute menu. Let's align it vertically first, along the vertical axis and horizontal axis. That's good. And I think I'll move it down a little bit, so I'll click out. Let me move it down a little bit. Apparently it seems too big, but let me lower it down one step and see how it behaves. So I'll lower it to the bottom that way. I think I'll have to reduce its size, so let me reduce it to 300 pixels. I gave it 350 pixels, but it seems to be quite big. That's good. So let's click on the upper image and align them again along the vertical axis and along the horizontal axis. Now that's good, it's better off. And the next thing we want to do is to create what do we create? Let's create the legs. So we're going to select our bezier pen right here, and first of all let me select my okay, let's select the bezier pen, and we are going to click right here, then move that way, move out a little bit, then that way again, and the center finger, and finally the last finger. I'm going to give it 3 fingers. Apparently I do not have the number of fingers a penguin has, so I'm going to give it 3. And I'll snap it to the origin. Let me turn that orange. I do think penguins have orange feet. That's good. So the next thing I want to do is select the magnifying object here. Come and magnify on the foot, and go to select our tools by edit path nodes tool right here. Click on these 2 nodes on the left and make them auto smooth. Click on the node at the middle and make it auto smooth too, and click on the last sorry for that, click on these nodes here. Let's make them auto smooth again, and now let's alter the line a little bit so that it can take a good form like a overlay. Let me alter here again a little bit more there. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to press 1 to zoom out, click out to deselect everything, and I'm going to go select my tool there, click on it and duplicate it. Then I'll press Ctrl and shift it to the other side, the duplicated part. Then I'll rotate it, flip it horizontally, and there we go. There are the 2 legs. So let's zoom out again by pressing 1, or by pressing Ctrl and rolling the mouse ball. So as you can see, we've got the body and the legs. Now we are going to create this white part here, the stomach. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on the outer oval or the body, and we are going to duplicate it. Then you're going to turn it white, the duplicated part, and we are going to press down Ctrl and we'll zoom it down a little bit so that you can get a good ellipse there. There we go. And the next thing we're going to do, we are going to select our gradient or tool, click on the ellipse, and we want it to have a shadow on the left side of the stomach. So I'll move that one there, and I'll move this one to this side, to that point. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on a faint gray, like 20% gray, and no, that's too bright. Let me click on 40. Yeah, that's better. As you can see now, our stomach has got one side is darker than the other one, I'm gonna move that just a little bit more. There, I'll click out, and at least you can see now our penguin has started to take form. It's got the black, the back, the wings, the stomach, and the body and the feet. Unfortunately, it has no eyes, so I'm going to click on the create ellipse circles tools here. Then I'm going to come right here. Oh, I almost forgot. Our stomach does not required to have a black outline. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press down shift and press on this little X right here at the corner to remove the outline. There we go. Now there isn't an outline. And the next thing I'm going to do now is to create the eyes. So I'll click on the create circles and ellipses, and I'll turn that white. Then I'm going to draw a beautiful circle here while pressing down Control, so that I can get a perfect circle. And I'm going to go to fill strokes, and I'm going to remove the border, or by making it to 0. Let's grab our select tool, click on the circle, let's turn it white. There we go. And we're going to duplicate it. Option, duplicate, or right clicking it, and we're going to move the duplicated part to the right so that they can touch each other there. And as you can see, we've got the eye outline. And the next thing I want to do is move them a little bit higher. So I'll click on the left eye, press down Control, then I'll click on the press down Shift, then click on the right eye, and let's move it higher a little bit, just a little bit. There we go. And let's make them a little bit bigger. They are quite small. There we go, and click out. As you can see, our eyes are white, so we are going to add the yellow part of the blue part of the eye, and we are going to click on the magnifier and magnify the eyes so that you can work with them perfectly. There we go. We are going to click ellipses, and we'll turn it. Let's turn it a faint blue. Sorry, that moved a little bit, so let me move it that way. I'm going to turn it a faint color of blue, faint. So let me use this one, and let me create my circle here. Remember to press down Control to get a perfect circle. Okay, the circle is quite. Grab my tools and move it a little bit higher, again, and there you go. And I'll duplicate it, and press down Control. I'll move the duplicated part to the right. There you go. We still have to make another circle, and which I'm not going to draw. I'll simply click on this one, and I'll duplicate it, and I'll give it now a higher shade of blue, like a more concentrated blue. That one is perfect. And I'm going to press down Control and Shift, then I'll zoom it out a little bit. There, and I'll duplicate this one, press down Control and move the duplicated part to the left so that it's centered. Click out. Then I'm going to create another smaller circle, the last one, that will give it like a reflection in the eye. Come here, press down Control and create a small ellipsis there. The reason you can't see it is because it's white. So let me move my colors. It's blue and the eyes are also blue, so let me move my color there and click on white. There you go. So let me select my tool here, move it a little bit higher, and I might want to make it bigger, so I'll kind of increase its size just a little bit. Then I'll duplicate it. Press Control and move the duplicated part lower. Okay, it seems I've turned my snap to nodes on, so let me move it this side. After moving it that side, I'm going to reduce its size or make it smaller. Press Shift and Control, then I'll move it up a little bit. There you go. And finally I'll duplicate the smaller one. Press Control and move it. And there you go. Let me turn off these two. Let me move it up a little bit more. There you go. And I'll press Control and Shift, and I'll then make it even smaller. And I'll move it closer to the second dot. Click out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this one. Control Z. Click on the circle and I'll duplicate it. Then press down Control to move it to the same position to the left. So I'll move it there. Oh, Control Z. I moved the wrong thing. Click on that one. Press Control and I'll move it right there. Click on the second one and duplicate it. Press Control and move it to the same position on the other side. And click on the last one. Press Duplicate. Press down Control. Sorry. Let me undo that. Click on the last area. Duplicate it. And press down Control and move it finally to the other side. There you go. Now let's click out. Let me move this a little bit higher. Click out and let's press one and zoom out and see how it looks. There you go. You can see the dots, how they are behaving, looking like a shadow in the eye. Now the next thing we want to do, we want to create the nose of the penguin. And what we're going to do, we're going to select our square and rectangles tool here to create one, and we're going to turn it orange so that the nose and the feet can match actually. So we'll press Control and draw my rectangle here. There you go. Then I'll come and select my tool here. I'll move it to this side a little bit more. Then I'll come to Object. I want to make it a path, and I'll click on Path to Object. Select my Cusp to Nodes tools, or Edit Path to Node tools. Then I'll select these bottom nodes here. Press Control and Shift. Then press this side that is above comma on your keyboard, or an arrow that faces backwards, so that the selected nodes can come together. As I think you can see what they are doing. There you go. Let me make them. There you go. Then I might want to alter this a little bit more. It seems quite big, so I'll press Shift and Control and I'll move this. Sorry, let me use my Editor Path to Object tool. Press Shift and Control and kind of resize that one a little bit more. Move it up. Select my cusp node, and I think this nose is not as perfect as I wanted. Though it doesn't have to be perfect. It all depends on your preference. Make it as good as you wish it to be. Click out and see how it looks again. Select my object tool, move it up a little bit more. There you go. We have our beautiful penguin. We are done. So the next thing I want to do is let me move this foot a little bit higher, just a little bit. There. Click out, and I think we are done for today. Let's zoom out and see how it looks. Yeah, they look exactly the same. Move that one there, click out to see they look like father and son. But anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next time.